Hello, Vierklang audience.
Hello. Hello. We're the Carmina Quartett from Zurich.
Yes. And the first question.
Oops.
Oh, there was actually
You're
two,
greedy,
but-
you took two.
Yeah.
So this one goes back. Okay, if you could describe each quartet member using one adjective, what would it be? So I think we all should have some ideas, not one person having
What is
to
your
find
question?
4 things.
It's
No.
your question.
It's
Yeah.
my question, but still.
Yeah.
I
I think let's just jump in.
Okay, this one, elegant.
This one, enthusiastic.
This one, very organized.
This one. Creative.
Okay, I'll go next. Which teachers or musicians influenced your quartet the most? Well, I think since we had a kind of unusual beginning for this quartet, these two have been playing together for about 35 years, and the two of us joined about 2 or 3 years ago. For me personally, I would say the musicians that influenced me the most in the quartet are the two members who unfortunately aren't with us anymore, Susanne Frank and Stefan Görner. Stefan Görner, the cellist, had such a special and beautiful sound, and I play out of all of his parts. I play his fingerings, and I just really think of him a lot when we play together as a quartet, and I think maybe you feel similar with Susanne.
I agree. I never met Susan. I didn't have a chance, but her playing, her way of organizing scores and her fingerings and how she's cutting even the pages for turning, that is really, really helpful. Okay. Are there any composers the quartet has a special relationship to?
Oh.
That's a very hard question because I have a feeling we are kind of finding each other in many actually periods and composers. But I think what always makes us the most happy, that's what I feel. It's Schubert and Beethoven. I have a feeling that's I think the two top. Would you agree?
I would agree, and I think we also have a love for classical composers. I think we do, if I can say so, very good Haydn and Mozart in a very natural way.
Okay, I'm up.
Oh.
What does Beethoven mean to you as a quartet? Beethoven means everything to me as a quartet. I'm so happy that it's Beethoven year, and I'm so happy that Felix brought together Vierklang under the sign of Beethoven, because for me Beethoven is absolutely central in the way of in growing together as a quartet, in the experience to be able to play these quartets. It's just everything for me. It really is everything.
Okay. Next. Oh, how have you survived the Corona times so far?
That's going to be a happy answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, one always finds the happy sides of difficult situations. And I actually have met some musicians who did a special growing during this time. But of course, there's also the other side when the contact to your audience is so much harder to come by. And of course, you can make videos and live streaming and whatever, but it's never the same. And I think for me the interaction with the audience is something so immediate. I mean, it can't be just done from one side. I mean, you have to kind of feel what comes from the audience, and that only works in live concerts. So that's the negative thing. And we are so happy the actual concerts starting up again, and so far it has been just a huge pleasure.
And I think as a quartet we survived quite well and quite beautifully because we met each other early on to rehearse. We enjoyed just so much coming back together after lockdown phase, and now we cannot wait to come to Tübingen and play for people we love. It's just a big pleasure.
I thought Matthias was going to say I know how he survived Corona time. He climbed every possible mountain that he could
That's
reach.
what I was experiencing.
That he could reach on foot from the house. And both Matthias and I taught lots of online lessons, and we learned a lot of interesting new aspects about teaching through the experience.
Shall I go next?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Why are you looking forward to Vielklang? It's going to be just so fun and so special for us as a quartet to play at Vielklang this year, not only because we adore Beethoven and we're so happy to play a concert again after Corona, but we also adore Tübingen. We have so many good friends since many years. I used to go to Tübingen for cello lessons, and we have many deep friendships lasting over maybe 30 years, so we can't wait to play for our friends.
Yep. Why live music and not live stream? I think Matthias a little bit explained that already, but for me it's maybe I will say about instrument itself. I mean, instruments are very complex things, and they are vibrating in a way. They're really sending sound in different ways, not only to hear, but also there's kind of a vibrations which are really meeting your ear when you listen to live music. So you cannot have that on a live stream, and it's completely different feelings. And I think having a goosebump during live music is much easier than
I actually
in the video.
think that musicians playing and their audience have a psychic contact. I actually think that there's a kind of like a psychic contact that occurs from soul to soul or brain to brain, and that you also can't have in live music.
Live stream.
Yeah.
In live stream, you can't have it in live music.
You can have it in live music. You can't have it in live stream.
Last question.
Oh yeah, there's something extreme, and that is comedians who do their shows on TV, and if they don't have any audiences and can't really can't hear any reactions, so they have to change completely their performance, because they are so used to taking some cues from the audience, and I think when you don't have that, then you notice that it is really missing also in music.
How did you find each other as a quartet? And I really think that our quartet that's such an interesting question for our quartet. I could talk about it for an hour at least, but I'll just say that Matthias and I played quartet with our original colleagues for over 30 years. And it was
over 35?
Over
almost.
35 years in the longest sense. And it was a really epic journey, a major part of our lives. And through really very tragic circumstances, we lost half of our quartet. And on the other side of the coin, in some kind of miracle, we're now continuing to play with our daughter, Chiara, who's she's a wonderful cellist, but we literally never planned to play quartet with her. And she thought that she probably would never play quartet because she was so geprägt, she was so influenced by growing up with our quartet. She thought she would never be able to create her own quartet in a way that would feel right to her. And it's some kind of miracle that we can actually work with her energetically. And an additional miracle that we found Agata, we really would have thought that it would be too heavy to have 3 family members that are just sort of dominating the whole situation. And what kind of violinist would ever be happy playing in that circumstance? And
I'm very happy.
I just consider both musically and personally, the chemistry is just unique and miraculous, really.
And we really became like family very quickly.
Exactly.
That's what I wanted to say also. I really feel not only professionally gebunden with you guys, connected, but especially I always feel like I'm coming here to my second family house.
Chiara finally got her sister. Yay!
We really hope to see you at our concert in Tübingen with 2 amazing Beethoven quartets. It's going to be an adventure, and we can't wait. See you.
Bye.